Today I'm presenting something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's the Base County Wellness Festival. And I brought Shane Simpson here with us, or with me, to talk about it. A little quick intro about it. We initially were going to have it February 6th, but Integris Hospital stepped in and they're really gung-ho about it, asked us to push it back into March. So we want to utilize their huge marketing machine. And it'll be held at the Prior Rec Center. Hopefully you all are all familiar with that. I'm sure you're all members of the Rec Center, right? So, and Shane Simpson, he was my former director, but now he's ventured off on his own. But he's agreed to stay and help me in the Prior Creek Rec Center. Work on this huge wellness festival that we're so excited about. So I'd like to introduce Shane Simpson.
Okay, does everybody have one of the handouts that I sent around? Okay. There's some still, I think they're being passed around. Hopefully, we copied 30, but I guess we have a big crowd today. So does everybody have one, or is there any left over?
They're working together.
Oh, we're working together, okay. I guess so. Yeah, might have to double up. We're sorry we didn't bring that. We thought there would only be about 30 people here, so that's great. We have a big crowd today. Again, my name is Shane Simpson, and I'm the former director of the Recreation Center. And you probably just wondering, what I'm doing up here, I'm still representing the Recreation Center. And the reason is that, it's wellness stuff, or wellness things that we're talking about here today, is something that's exciting to me, and it's something that I would like to pursue a career path in. So, I'm currently looking into things that deal with wellness and things, that other ways that I can help people on a grander scale. So that's kind of why I'm here today. Of course, like I said, we've decided to move the date back because Integris jumping on board and them applying, their leverage to make the Wellness Fest a lot bigger and better. So we decided to go ahead and move that back a couple of months. We still haven't decided on an exact date yet, but it'll probably be around March 24th or something like that. So, we're hoping. We're hoping we don't have to move again. But we won't have to move again. We better not move again. We put a lot of work into this. We've probably been working on this, probably a year now?
At least a year.
Probably close to a year. And, it was kind of my idea at first to have a, kind of a health fair, but then realized, let's do something bigger and better than just dealing with just the physical aspect of people's lives. Let's kind of blow it up. Let's do it bigger. Let's do it better. Okay? So, Tracy's going to talk a little bit about what wellness is.
Most people have this, I guess you would call it a narrow view of what wellness is, and oftentimes you may think of it as a nice day spa. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but a nice easy day, just relaxing. Some may even see it as more detailed of a mind, spirit, and body. But we wanted to try and encompass it and make it more on a grander scale, and more into into yourself. So we thought, well, we're gonna have to come up with an idea that can encompass somebody helping themselves and doing something and creating a whole new mindset.
So that's what we want to do, is we want to empower people in Mason County to live a more fulfilling life. Okay, now one thing we do have here to I want to have this a little bit more interactive, is to do some kind of exercises with you guys to kind of stimulate your brain. Does everybody have something to write with? We have some pens up here we can hand out. If you don't, kind of raise up your hand. And this is called the 9-dot exercise, so you can kind of do it with your finger until you get a pen or whatever. But this 9-dot exercise is where the idea of thinking outside the box came from. And with what you want to do here is you want to draw 4 lines without picking your pen up through all of the dots. So 4 lines, draw through all of the dots without picking your pen up. And I'll give you about 15 seconds to do it. You did it? Okay, don't cheat on
Instructions again.
anybody. So 4 lines without picking your pen up. And make sure you draw the lines through all the dots. Okay, was there anybody, I think we have one person, was you able to do it? Have you ever, you did it? High school? All right, okay. We're gonna show you how to do it here in just a second. But the reason I'm doing that is, hopefully, you're looking at yourself and thinking about your own thinking patterns. Because that's something that a lot of people may not do, is they don't think about the tapes that run in their head on a daily basis, about their finances, about their physical health, their spiritual health, and those things. So that's what we want to do, is to try to get you to think outside yourself, think outside the box about what you do on a daily basis with your life. Okay, so you can go ahead. So this is the answer here. You start with the blue line, draw a line down, across. You notice you have to go outside the squares, outside the circles, outside the box to create your pattern. So it's through the middle, across the bottom, across the other two, and down below. So was there another way to do that? That's how you do it? Okay. So that's the idea behind that, is to, just to get yourself thinking outside the box there. And this, this is one of the things that's uniquely human. Dogs can't do this, cats can't do this. So they're kind of stuck out there just reacting to whatever happens on a daily basis. Whereas humans, we're not like that. We have the ability to, consciously create our own future. And, if people don't do that, then they're kind of, just floating along through life. And we don't want people to do that. We want people to empower themselves to live a life like, that's exciting, that's fulfilling, and all those good things. Okay. Tracy?
So, as Shane had said, we decided to create what we were calling the Wellness Festival. And our fear, or a lot of the reason why we're here, is to explain to people that it's more than just physical. It's more than a health fair. A lot of people, I'm sure, have been to health fairs where you strictly check on your blood sugar and your diet. But we wanted to give us so much more than that. So it's similar to a health fair. But what we plan on having are exhibitors and speakers. Danny Cahill from The Biggest Loser has agreed to come here, and he's going to be one of our main presenters, and Chief Smith of the Cherokee Nation will be there as well.
Ben Shear too.
And Ben Shear.
Yes.
Although he doesn't know yet that it's been moved.
Yeah, we moved the date, so.
Hey, Ben, we moved the date.
Yeah, we have other speakers within the community that we're going to have speaking about different topics about wellness, so we'll come out and not just, come and see the exhibitors, but also, listen to the speakers as well, because hopefully they're going to have some important messages that hopefully are going to resonate with someone, with you, or, hopefully something to bring.
So our hope is to bring you with one interest and then teach you on the others.
So, next question is, what are the wellness topics that we're going to be speaking about? You got the mind, body, and spirit. Well, we broke it down into a few more different areas. And what we want to do today is kind of a little interactive game here. On your piece of paper, you see line 1. We're going to put a picture, collage of different pictures, and we want you to write down what type of wellness do you think that encompasses. I'll use just a couple seconds for that. Those 3 pictures there, what word describes all 3 of those pictures there? We got 7 of these, so don't cheat. We got some candy to give away afterwards. If one person or several people get all of these correct. Okay? All right, Tracy. Here's the first one. That's intellectual wellness. Okay? We want people to be able to think about communicating. How do you communicate on a daily basis? That's how you learn. You read, you write, you listen. There's another one. Read, write, listen, and what's another way of communicating? I guess speaking? Okay, all right. It's kind of funny. Okay. So that's the first one is intellectual. Here's the second one here. Give you a few seconds to figure out what word describes those four pictures. Is everybody ready? Here's the answer. Emotional wellness. You know, this mental wellness, emotional wellness, kind of the same thing. We didn't want to use mental because we didn't want to scare people off from thinking that, you know, they're mental. Okay, so we use the word emotional because, you know, everybody has emotional difficulties in some time or another. Okay, and it's kind of like the idea that, you know, a person in depression, how do they know they're in depression? Well, they may not until someone else sees that within themselves, or they read something and they see a list of symptoms. So that's what we're trying to do, is provide, you know, awareness of things that people may not think about on a daily basis. Okay, here's the next one. What word describes all three of those pictures there? Okay, so everybody got that written down? That's career wellness. Career wellness is very important to your overall well-being, because what do you spend a lot of time doing each day? Well, you spend a lot of time at your work. So if you don't enjoy what you're doing on a daily basis, your wellness is not going to be very good. Okay? So that's one thing that I'm trying to take to heart myself, is I'm trying to align my career with my spirituality wellness. That's what I believe, is that if I'm doing my purpose here on earth, then I'm fulfilling kind of two things there. I'm fulfilling my spirituality, which I believe is helping people, and my career wellness. I'm actually going to be able to make money, hopefully, doing this. So, kind of killing two birds with one stone there. Okay, here's the next set of pictures. Okay, try to write down what you think that one is. What type of wellness is that? Yeah, this was pretty easy. Natural wellness. We hope to have some banks there at Wellness Fest. We have, I believe, at least one insurance company is going to be there. So hopefully we'll have different people, investors. I know Melissa, she does investing. Hopefully she'll be there.
Melissa hasn't returned her little thing. It's still in her email.
Okay, well, you got a couple more months now. Okay? We did it just for you, thinking about Melissa. Okay. But the idea is that to come there, and the other thing that we want to do at this Wellness Fest is base it around community service. So these people that are organizations that come there and do exhibits, what we want them to do is show the community what type of services they have, not for selling, but also that they can do. Like Melissa, I mean, for example, you'll probably do some type of financial review for free, wouldn't you, if somebody came into your office? Or am I speaking out of turn here? Huh?
Do that anyways.
You do anyways? Okay, so I mean, it's something that people don't know. You know, and if they came to Melissa and found out, you know, she'll do a review, then they'll go into her office and find out, learn some things. Well, hopefully she's gained a customer there. Okay, so that's the other idea behind this, is to bring in customers by giving out services. Okay, here's the next one here. I think I gave this one away already. I'm talking about the career one. Okay, here's the answer. Spiritual wellness. And so, Darian Raines from Your Place Church, he'll be there speaking for spiritual wellness. And the idea behind spiritual wellness is not always about religion. Hopefully we're in a religious place here, but it's not always about religion. We had a discussion group about this with several pastors, but we also brought in Tracy's husband, who is what would you call him? Karate student. So he brought the Eastern philosophy of spiritual to the table, and it kind of just opened up, you know, the communication about different ways of looking at things. So that's kind of where we want to go with that. Okay, here's the next one. What wellness do you believe this one is?